It's been a really, really messed up week. Some days torture, some days better. La la la, la la la.
Hello everyone, my name is Tirta Xenia from the English Education Department with my student number 221304292. And this video I present for fulfill my visual translation mid-task. Talk about visual translation. You must know about dubbing, right? Have you ever watched a movie that was dubbed from a foreign language into Indonesian? Did the humor in the dubbing make you loud or really touch you? Yep, dubbing is actually a part of something called visual translation. So, today I want to share a really interesting study by Chiara Bucaria. The topic is about how dark humor, or humor about serious topics like death, illness, and violence gets translated from English language movies into Italian through dubbing. So, here is the story. In America and the UK, dark humor is like a normal part of their entertainment culture. You can find it everywhere, from old movies like Arsenic and Old Lace to TV shows like 6 Feet Under and South Park. Making jokes about taboo topics is quite common. But in Italy, it's totally different. Their comedy usually focuses more on family-friendly or romantic comedies. Even just talking about death can make Italian audiences feel uncomfortable. That's why Bucaria wanted to find out when these dark jokes are dubbed into Italian. Do they stay the same? Get softened? Get completely removed? Or even become stronger? So, to answer that, Bucaria selected 10 dark comedy films from the 1940s to the 20s. Movies like The Lady Killers, Harold and Maude, and Keeping Mum. She carefully analyzed the English and Italian version, looking closely at every single moment of humor, whether it came through words, sounds, or images. Bucaria also divided the humor into 2 types: verbal or spoken words, and non-verbal, things like visual scenes or sounds effects. But her main focus was on the verbal humor. So, to make her study clear, Bucaria created her own working definition of dark humor. Dark humor means humor that intentionally makes fun or tragic events like death, sickness, disability, and extreme violence. She chose the term dark instead of black humor to avoid racial misunderstanding and to make the definition more open to film and audiovisual media, not just literature. So, now, what did she find? Bucaria found 429 jokes across the 10 movies, and 85% of them were verbal. When it came to translating them, there were 4 main patterns. The first pattern is close rendering. This is about 80%, where the humor stayed almost the same. Second, weakening, about 12%, where the humor was made softer. Third, increased effect, 5%, where the humor was made even darker or harsher. And the last one is complete omission, 2.5%, where the humor was completely removed. Interestingly, the older film, the more likely dark humor was removed, probably because Italy used to have stricter cultural censorship. And also, there were lots of interesting shifts. Sometimes jokes about death were deleted and replaced with natural comments. But sometimes the dark humor was actually swapped with sexual jokes. Did you know that in Italy it seems that sexual humor feels safer or more acceptable than joking about death? For example, in the film Draw Mama from the Train, where a suicide joke was changed into a sexual joke to keep the humor light. So, in conclusion, Bucaria showed that the process of dubbing dark humor is really dynamic. Sometimes the humor is translated closely. Sometimes it has to be adapted. And sometimes it's completely changed. This shows that in the world of audiovisual translation, the culture of the target audience plays a huge role. What's funny in one culture might be rude or not funny at all in another. At the end of the day, dubbing isn't just about translating words, it's about translating feelings, cultural values, and audience sensitivity. I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching and see you.